Production support for the weekly special is provided by IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. The Al Cobain Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobain to support jazz initiatives on WTIU and WFIU. And WTIU members, thank you.
As the season starts to change, you don't have to say goodbye to a summer of superheroes and Olympic triumphs.
That's right. Discover the destinations right here in Indiana that will keep your summer spirit going throughout the fall. Brush off your cape and fly to the Hall of Heroes Museum in Elkhart, Indiana, the only superhero museum in the country. Explore Huntingburg, Indiana's hidden Hollywood and living film set with Jessica Nunemaker. Cool off and hit the ice where world champions play at the Fort Wayne Curling Club. And groove with the R&B sounds of the Dynamics as they celebrate 30 years together. Stay tuned for the unique destinations to fill your fall with fun.
It's all coming up right now on the weekly special.
Welcome to the weekly special. I'm Daryl Neer.
And I'm Erica Sagone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, Erica, as summer ends, I am going to miss those blockbuster movies, particularly the superhero movies.
Yes, definitely. But what if I told you that there's a place in Indiana that celebrates superheroes year-round? Interested?
I'd be interested.
Well, the Hall of Heroes Museum in Elkhart, Indiana has it all, and any generation is bound to find their own superhero right inside.
As a kid, everybody has a passion for something, and for me it was comics and superheroes. It was just, I never outgrew it. Now as I got older, I actually became a professional writer, and Hall of Heroes actually started out as a publishing company back in the 90s. About a half a dozen of the guys that worked for me and trained with me are now working for Marvel in DC, and all that time, of course, I was collecting. The museum idea came about that my old building, where half my office was real estate offices, and then the other half was just kind of my stuff in storage, semi on display. And a lot of my clients would, hey, what's in there? And they see the door in between, and they'd want to see it, and people really loved it. And just a lot of people said, this would be a really cool museum. There isn't anything like this. 90% of the museum's collections is my personal collection from 35 years. We have over 10,000 toys and props and memorabilia items. We have over 100 pieces of original art, which is original comic book pages or animation cells from the old cartoons. We have over 55,000 and growing comic books, which is every comic book from 1956 to present. It has grown tremendously. The books, we're adding at least 40 new comics every week. Right now we're working on the years 1954 to 1956, working our way back, all the way back to 1938, Superman's first appearance. We are the only organization trying to acquire and preserve every original comic book, hard copies. There are organizations doing this digitally, but we're the only ones actually doing the historical preservation, the original hard copies. When comic books first came out in 1935, they were pretty much reprints of the newspaper strips. The first superhero, well, of course, was Superman in 1938, so that's when the whole superhero craze started. Batman a year later in 1939, and then about 1940, you've got all of these characters. Then you enter World War II, now the comic books change. The comic books are propaganda now for the war effort. They're one of the largest propaganda sources. During World War II, soldiers were the #1 readers of comic books. They were a main part of their care packages. Captain America, he symbolized patriotism, what they were fighting for. Wonder Woman symbolized who they were fighting to survive to get back home to, their wives, their girlfriends, whoever that strong female influence was. So that's kind of why those two are the most popular. Kids were made to feel like they were contributing to the war effort by donating their comic books for the scrap paper drives, their tin toys to the scrap metal drives, which was the origins of what we now know as recycling. Just an example, I actually dress up as Captain America because I'm also a Boy Scout leader. So when we do our Memorial Day parade with my scouts, I've dressed up as Captain America the last several years. The first time we did that, we were worried about kids running out in the parade route because the superhero was out there. Didn't happen that way. It was 80-year-old men. They had to stop the parade route 3 times because World War II veterans were coming out that wanted to shake my hand or pose for pictures with Captain America. So comic books did play an important role in those things. That's why what we're doing here to preserve not only the comics but the toys, it's history, and nobody else is doing it. We've had people here from 10 to 80, and because that's what we do here is we have the museum set up as basically a time machine, which is the coolest time machine. It's a time machine that looks like the Hall of Justice. So we get people in their 80s, they come out here, they remember the World War II stuff, they remember Captain America, they remember Captain Marvel, they remember the old Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. It really makes people feel young again, and I like being able to give that to people.
For hours and directions, including information on their annual Hall of Villains Supervillain Haunted House, visit hallofheroesmuseum.com.
You know, Daryl, that museum is just so fun and so neat, and you know, how much fun to see those characters and the memorabilia that you normally see on the big screen in person.
Well, there's also a location in Indiana where you can visit that's actually a set of a very important baseball movie.
Yeah, that's right. So you never know what you're going to find across the state, but Jessica Nunemaker is here to help make sure you don't overlook some great destinations.
Some small towns have all the luck, or at least a gorgeous downtown. Have you ever explored the Hollywood of the Midwest? Huntingburg has been the site of 3 movies. In fact, we will have the chance to tour a very large, specially constructed movie set that's not only still standing, but is still in use today. But first things first, let's take a closer look at Huntingburg, Indiana. Our first stop is the Town Museum, the Museum of Huntingburg, Indiana. On the second floor, they have case after case of uniforms and documents and images from the early days of the town, as well as a few movie props. Huntingburg may be relatively known now because of its ties to Hollywood, but many long years ago, well, you've heard of the 1901 Huntingburg Roadster, right? The reason Huntingburg was even chosen as the site of a few movies was because of their picturesque downtown. The buildings are beautiful inside and out. You won't believe the shops and cafes. Combined Talents Home Decor has that big city feel. It's full of amazing items for your home or business. It does, however, lack one thing: big city prices. Our next stop, the Purple Plum, is a gift shop for every age. Really, it's just an artsy treasure trove. From local art and handmade items to toys and books of all kinds, this spacious storefront is a ton of fun. We've only got time for one more shop. Let's make it something I am very happy to see in a small town: a game shop. Get your board game fix at game night. With a whole room devoted to large tables and chairs, anyone is welcome to pull up a chair and settle in with a good game. There's always something going on. If you are hungry, you've got options. Cool Beans Java Cafe and Fat and Sassy are 2 awesome local options. Cool Beans may be a coffee shop, but they've got a great assortment, including cookies. Inside, it is really warm and welcoming, just what you expect from a small town coffee shop. But when it comes to items ranging from pasta to panini, or maybe I should say from chunky chicken salad to the world-famous bread pudding, and an attached houseware shop, Fat and Sassy has you covered. Now, on with the show. Salem United Church of Christ set the scene for Hard Rain, a 1998 movie featuring Morgan Freeman and Christian Slater. But the real showstopper in Huntingburg is League Stadium. Do the Rockford Peaches ring a bell? A League of Their Own, featuring names like Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, and Madonna, was filmed right here. The stadium was actually built by Columbia Pictures, and today it still sees plenty of use. Everything from the fixtures to the seats to the old advertisements along the edge of the field fit the period. It's like you've landed back in the 1940s. With the motto, "A city like no other in the world," well, after a visit to Huntingburg, you can certainly understand the truth in that statement. It really is like no other town we've been to yet. But don't worry, I'll keep on exploring just to make sure. Begin your small town exploration at www.littleindiana.com. Small towns, Destinations, not drive-thrus. I'm Jessica Nunemaker, and this is Little Indiana.
And Huntingburg has a fabulous fall festival coming up that's perfect for that small town feel. Learn more at huntingburgherbstfest.org for the event schedule, including their infamous outhouse races.
Erica, now Huntingburg, known for a league of its own, but that location is just one of so many locations across the state of Indiana for film production, and Indiana continues that reputation for being a destination for Hollywood.
Yeah, absolutely, very fascinating. But I have to go back to these outhouse races for just a second. Do you think that that could ever be, say, an Olympic event?
If it is, we have a shot.
Absolutely, let's get a team together.
Well, the Summer Olympics have concluded, but for Winter Olympians, the competition is already heating up. And one of the places some of those Olympians visit is right here in Indiana.
Curling first came to the city of Fort Wayne back in the 1880s when John Bass built the Bass Mansion. And when he did that, he brought a number of Scottish craftsmen. And those people stayed and brought their traditional sport of curling to the city of Fort Wayne at that time. And after the 2010 Olympics, we found that they had built a new ice rink in town. We approached them about doing curling, and they were very interested. So we got the club started up in 2010. 4 years later, just before the 2014 Winter Olympics, we built this new facility. So right now, we're the only dedicated curling facility in the state of Indiana. The closest dedicated clubs like ours are in Chicago, Columbus, and Detroit. But there are arena clubs in Kalamazoo, Lansing, Indianapolis, lots of other places. So there's plenty of clubs in an easy drive, but very few that have a dedicated facility like this with the ice quality and the social aspect of the game, which really gets people excited.
Arena Club ice compared to this is so much better than what we were at. We don't have to try to figure out, okay, there was a hockey game before us, did the Zamboni scrape and flood the ice correctly beforehand? We know what the ice is like, and it makes the games actually a lot more competitive because there's no guess if the ice is going to actually affect a shot. It's going to be, can you execute the shot? Are you able to do it? And it actually makes it a lot more competitive and more fun. I didn't realize there was as much strategy involved as there was. It actually is like chess on ice. The beginning of the game, the end of the game. It's a great community sport. You can meet a lot of cool people. I think it's just one of those things that it adds another step to Fort Wayne to help, build up Fort Wayne.
Most common reaction is curling. We have curling here in Fort Wayne, that thing on the Olympics. But other than that, it's, I didn't know you existed. I've always wanted to do that. That looks so interesting. We, like most other curling clubs, run what are called Learn to Curl sessions. It's an opportunity for people that have never done the sport before to come out and get a gentle introduction to the sport. We've established some rookie leagues, which is a chance for people who've just done a Learn to Curl to play in a short league against other people of similar ability. And that's really where we get the hooks in people. When they get to start playing games, they make their first shot, that's when people really, you see their faces light up and they get really excited and they want to come back. I think our youngest curler is now 12 years old. He's been curling for 2 years, so we started at 10. And our oldest curler just turned 80. It's really a sport that anyone can participate in. And one of the things I like best about the sport is it's one of the only sports that I can think of where 3 generations of the same family can play on the same team and be competitive. And not many other sports you can think of that have that sort of opportunity for families to curl together or play together. Curling is a sport that's really rooted in sportsmanship. If you watch the Olympics, you never saw an official out on the ice. The players call their own fouls, the players figure out the score themselves. It just seems to attract really nice people that are fun to hang around with and socialize with. And a lot of our curlers like that even more than the curling aspect of things because it really is a community.
A big part of the game is what we call broom stacking, which is when the teams sit down together after the game, and the tradition is that the winning team buys the first round of drinks for the losing team. I think a lot of sports, the two teams either don't like each other or at least have to act like they don't like each other. You don't get that in curling.
Biggest challenge in building the club was it's not something that a lot of Americans know a whole lot about. Luckily the Olympics have helped with that, raising the exposure of the sport. We want to do things that attract people to the city. We've run Fort Wayne Summer Spiel for 4 years. Last year we had partnered with the United States Curling Association and we brought in the Olympic team from China, the Olympic team from Great Britain, and all 4 teams that were eligible to become the U.S. Women's Olympic team. We had the highest level of competition in any women's curling tournament ever in the United States. So we're pretty excited about that and the level of support we've gotten from the curling community countrywide as well as the United States Curling Association. There's not many cities, of our size that have something like this. So, we like being a part of that, something that citizens can hang their hat on and say, hey, Fort Wayne has this and other cities in the state don't. So we find that to be exciting and fulfilling for us.
Don't miss your chance to see world-class champions in your own backyard. The club's end of summer spiel is right around the corner. Learn more at fortwaynecurling.com.
Daryl, it's awesome to see that this sport has found a true home in Indiana and that this club is a place for people who are clearly so dedicated and passionate about the sport just to come together.
Well, a fun fact, you know the stones that they use for curling, every stone, whether in that facility or used in the Olympics, come from the same place in Scotland.
Huh, that's interesting. Well, our next musical guests have become a celebrated tradition themselves. For over 30 years, they've brought R&B to Bloomington. Meet the Dynamics.
I fell in love with music at a very early age. As far as I can remember, played the piano in church, and that was basically where it all started from. I eventually took a job for General Motors and met Vaughn Mitchell. He's our current bass player and one of the founding members of the Dynamics. Our meeting occurred, I'd say, in the mid-'80s, 85, 86. We were at this particular place called the B.G. Pollard Lodge, and some people have referred to it historically as the Hole. So we ran into some local guys that came in and were kind of jamming until finally, you know, it brought us up to a number of 8 guys, which was a pretty large group, and it really started to gel. Formulated basically what is the Dynamic format. Our music is classic, and it's that type of music I feel is going to always have an audience. We're a collective group of old school musicians that want to put on a good product and make it work for that genre of music, or that classic R&B sound. In order to create a bond and maintain a good relationship in a group, number one, we understand that our goal is to perform music to a high degree. After a period of time, you understand one another, you understand your role, your place in the band. It gives you a sense of wanting to bond with the whole unit. We want to perform so that that bond becomes stronger. And there's always going to be occasions when, you know, the bond's not so tight. Life is ebb and flow with any situation. So we adjust to that. It's been a privilege working with those guys, and the audience can detect that bond. The exchange between an audience and a band is just something that only a musician can describe to you. When you kind of hit your groove and you get that sound, it's euphoric. It's just magical. There doesn't seem to me to be anything more special than to be able to put together an ensemble. When you can perform it together, it's like a well-oiled machine. It works and you don't want to mess with it. You just maybe want to improve on it and try to make it run better. In the years of camaraderie with the guys, they're family. I feel fortunate that we have this type of group. I would say the reason for our longevity is all about the music. So that's basically why we're here today celebrating 30 years of continued success, because we love it. As our band continues to grow, you always look at meeting new challenges. But at the very core of it, the music itself is what keeps us wanting to perform on that level. It's a passion that we all have. We all have the desire to collaborate on a high level and to make something work to a high degree. So it's been a good ride for us.
And now, the Dynamics.
Government officials and city hall
Visit the Dynamics Facebook page for the latest announcements and performance schedule. And as always, you can find extra bonus performances exclusively on our website, weeklyspecial.org.
Well, Erica, you know, I feel a little bit better about heading into the fall knowing I can see some cool sports, visit a movie set, and still get a fix of my superheroes.
Yes, absolutely. No matter the season, there's always a ton of stuff to do and explore in Indiana. Well, that's all the time that we've got for tonight. But one more time before we go, the Dynamics. Good night.
The dog chased the cat, the spider chased the fly, the monkey chased the weasel till it poked him in his eye. A rooster wants a hen, a ball wants a bat, a thing wants a dong, then I can get to that. You know everybody wants something. I want you. I gotta have the real thing. Nothing less will do. Baby. Sunset, day wants night, up wants down, left wants right. A king wants his kingdom, politicians want your vote. I just want a sign, girl, to give me some hope. You know everybody wants something. I want you. I gotta have the real thing. Nothing less will do.
Production support for the weekly special is provided by IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. The Al Cobain Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobain to support jazz initiatives on WTIU and WFIU. And WTIU members, thank you.